Hi YouTubers, this is another video from your friendly neighborhood reviewer, Evelyn. So we're going to review a different type of documentary series called Harry and Meghan. To anybody who's not been living under a rock, as we know, Prince Harry was Prince Harry of England. So the reason why I wanted to do a review of the first 3 episodes of this mini-series is I'm a British person, despite my accent, despite how I may look. If you want to go a bit more factual, second-generation immigrant. My parents came from a different country. I won't disclose where because it's not important in this part. What's important is how they presented this series. I will show factual images of the Daily Mail because this series heavily goes on to the Daily Mail of the UK. The images that I will show just proves the fact that they love to sensationalize what was being shown in the documentary, and inadvertently the British press has proved Harry and Meghan's claims to be true, because after the first 3 episodes dropped, we have a lot of headlines saying that the palace is at war with Harry and Meghan. So like when I saw the first 3 episodes, I was like, is this like going to be a little bit weird? Because I saw the Oprah interview essentially, and that was a little bit stagey to me. But like, if you take this into consideration, Meghan Markle, she has 2 kids with Prince Harry, so anybody that would say that she's only there with the prince, it's like, you're already 2 kids in with a guy, so this is something serious. And the way they presented, the way they met each other till going up to, because apparently the next 3 episodes will be released next Thursday, up to the point in which Prince Harry renounced his title of being prince, as purely down to the media, which I concur a lot of things that they say. And of course the Daily Mail, like why they're with the Daily Mail is very notorious. Like I do read the Daily Mail like for news and stuff, but you can tell the difference between what's sensationalized and what's factual, because they talk about how like Meghan was the target of racist undertones, and I can tell you for sure. People say, oh, Britain's not racist. In some level it is. You look at me and you don't think a British person. I was born in Britain, but from day one, everybody thought that I have an American accent, which is not factual. And I don't think it's very productive. The first thing when people say is, you know, where do you come from? What does where do you come from, you know, has to do with anything if what type of service you're providing. I can tell that from experience because I've had that a lot. I never connected it together to being like racist undertones, but with the conversations going on the last couple of years, I felt that quite a lot. And I do feel for Meghan, and the way they presented this with, you know, really rational logic as to like why there was so much of this backlash is true. You know, I lived through that experience here, living in the UK, in London, seeing all these sensational articles go about. In particular, in between episode 3, when they talk about Meghan Markle's half-sister, when the half-sister was, you know, half-cocked in the TV saying, oh, you know, I raised Meghan, I was there together, you know when something's fake and something is not. Of course, in episode 3, we get to the part where the dad of Meghan Markle, they call him staging photos for X amount of money, in which they confirmed the fact, the text messages that they clearly show that Meghan Markle was texting her dad saying like, what, you know, are you okay? Because even though like the way the media wanted to portray the relationship between Meghan Markle and her dad, actual fact they were quite close, despite Meghan Markle's mother divorcing the guy, and even though this guy had other adult children. So money, like in life, money talks. You know, you can get, when money is involved, you can get a person to say, how high do you want me to jump? Anyway, like, what they gotta talk about Prince Harry, so let's take this into perspective. He was born into a family and he was given limited choices. They expected him to be similar to Princess Margaret, the sister of the queen that recently passed away, in that role of her just being forever perpetual, or you know, all his life, Prince Harry doing like royal engagements and so on. But Prince Harry, like his mother, Princess Diana, you can see Prince Harry, he has a genuine kind of interest in trying to spread awareness to issues, and you see that within the documentary. He's very genuine. Meghan Markle, at times you think, oh, is she like hamming it up for the camera? But to me, it's the children. To me, it's how serious you are in a relationship with a person if you're willing to have the second child. And what they do after, it's kind of like with Prince Harry, it's not like they trained him to be an accountant, a plumber, or a day job. He's trying to find a way to carry on making money. So, and it was even more funny that they had commentary from a little bit of Loose Women, which is a UK show for anybody international watching this, about, I remember in particular, one of the presenters in this particular show, Loose Women, similar to The View in America, saying that if they're so tired of being in the media, maybe they should go out. They did that, but you know, Harry needs to make a living, so I doubt he's going to be there as a plumber or doing some sort of other job. So both Harry and Meghan are doing what they can. And what the public and the world would take from this series, no doubt they'll sensationalize this. Me as a British person, I'll show some, you know, a very accurate correlation between the Daily Mail. It's like the Daily Mail's gonna get the most press coverage out of this, you know, making up headlines that they're going to be at war. And the thing about Britain being racist, just like America, just like anything that's predominantly white, there will be racist undertones, because like my father has been an example of that. Like, he's not British, but he settled here. Like me and my other brothers and sisters, the first thing they always ask, where do you come from? It doesn't matter how much you say that. Like for my case, I've only been out of the country twice in my life. The second time I was abroad for at least 5 years. When I came back, my accent was more changed during like living abroad in my early 20s. But still, that doesn't, like, what does having to do where you come from correlate to if you're gonna pay your rent, if you're gonna be a productive person in the country? A lot of people may say, you know, that, oh, I'm just being like, what you're saying is woke culture. There's been woke and there's been lived experiences. And that's what stuns me when I came back to living back in my home country, in which I was born and raised, as to finding out the first question they ask you, where do you come from? I think that's a predominant thing within this series, that no British person is willing to look at where do you come from and all these stereotypes that they look to put about. So I will see the other 3 episodes, and to any commenters, let me know. Let me know what they think, because a lot of people may say, oh, they hate publicity so much, so why are they doing a Netflix series? Well, they're trying to earn money like anybody else. And of course, Harry Windsor, let's say, no longer Prince Harry, they didn't exactly train him to do any other profession but being, you know, the third in line to the throne. So take it for what it is. Maybe anybody that's gonna watch this video, leave your comments below. Realistic comments, not like these cheeky comments about, in a real life situation, what Harry should have done and something else. Because the main thing that Harry is a genuine thing. He does want to spread awareness. He does want to like be an activist sort of type. I can see that generally within what he's talking about, and I feel that. And it's already been like, what, 6 years since both of these people got together, and they have 2 children. How much more serious you want to get in a relationship when you already have two children, young children, and of course they're trying to navigate in the world. And of course, when you all of a sudden marry a prince, all these best friends or all these like so-called family come out of the woodwork. That always happens. Saying like, oh my god, selling their, you know, sub stories for money. Okay, this is the end. This is more like a commentary type of video, and I'm really not liking how my hair is at the moment. So forgive me if you see me like playing with my hair. It's coming before Christmas, so I will redo my hair again. So as I leave you always, stay safe. Leave some productive comments down below. Let's start a conversation. And as I leave you always, bye.